Good evening, children. So today I'm going to discuss about the recombination frequency and linkage, how it is related to linkage. Now the term recombination frequency, what does it mean? It is the number of recombinant progenies upon total number of progenies. Suppose if total progenies I have studied is equivalent to 100, out of them 17 progenies were recombinant that have shown recombination of two different genes, okay, depending upon their location. Okay, they are the recombinant ones. So 17 out of 100 are recombinant progenies. Okay, and the rest 83% will be parental progenies. So the recombination frequency will come out as 17%. And this is very clear cut. That is 1 centimorgan is equivalent to 1% recombination frequency. What does it mean? 1 centimorgan we use as unit to calculate the distance between the two genes, two alleles responsible for two different characters. So it means 17% recombination frequency indicates 17 centimorgan distance between the two genes. In case of humans, it is very interesting to note that this 100% is equivalent to 1 million base pairs. This 100%, the cent percent we are taking here, is equivalent to 1 million base pairs in case of human, and it can vary from species to species. So for our knowledge, we should always remember this thing that 1% recombination frequency, one means one crossover form after every 100 nucleotide pairs. If simply we take 100 nucleotide pairs, means there is a possibility of forming one crossing over. Okay, if 1% recombination frequency is there. Okay, so it means in humans, this 1% is the recombination frequency, then one crossover will form after every 1 million base pair. अगर हम ह्यूमन बींग्स को स्टडी करते हैं, इफ वी कंसीडर ह्यूमन बींग्स, देन ये जो 100% हम ले रहे हैं डेट इज इक्वलेंट टू 1 मिलियन बेस पेयर, और उसमें अगर 1% रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी है, सो वन क्रॉस ओवर विल फॉर्म फॉर एवरी 1 मिलियन बेस पेयर. Okay, and if it is 17%, so 17 crossovers percent is possible. Now coming to next thing, as we have studied Drosophila, the crosses in Drosophila as studied by Morgan and Alfred, here we are considering heterozygous female and homozygous recessive male. What characters, what traits we have considered here? We have considered here the body color and the eye color. As in Drosophila, brown body color is dominant over yellow body color. Red eyed color is dominant over white eyed color. So if we are taking a heterozygous female, then it should have Y and W on one X, Y positive, W positive on the other X. Here Y positive, W positive represents the dominant ones, that are brown body and red eye. Y positive is for brown body, W is positive is for red eye. And Y and W represent, Y represent yellow body and W represent white eye. So here we are crossing heterozygous female with homozygous recessive male. Now, what happen is, if we are going to study the location, the loci of these genes on the particular chromosomes, then how does it look like? Suppose this is for heterozygous female. So heterozygous female, it is showing the location of these two genes on the chromosomes. Okay, so here you can visualize. On the left side, X, on the right side, another X with Y positive, W positive has been shown. And on the right side, we have homozygous recessive male. And in homozygous recessive male, the possible location is, because it is homozygous recessive for Y and W, Y is not responsible for either body color or eye color. It is male specific only. So it will be having only one X, that will be like this. Okay, and the chromatids, they are carrying the similar copy. Okay, so here we are considering XX from the female side heterozygous and X from the male side. Now if these undergo crossover, okay, the sister chromatids of the two homologous chromosome, two homologous X chromosome, they will form crossover. Okay, then what will be the possible gamete form after meiosis? As we know that the two chromatids, they undergo crossing over. The other two present on the other side, they can form parental combinations because they are not forming crossover. Okay, only two chromatids from each homologue will show crossover. The other two left will form parental combinations. So here there is possibility of these four type of gametic combinations, four types of gene combinations responsible for body color and eye color. From female side, it will be Y and W, parental one from this X chromosome, and Y positive, W positive, YW positive, a crossover product that will result ultimately in this particular cross that will result, and Y positive W also will be a crossover product. You can highlight in this and you can see after crossover, on one chromatid there will be YW positive and on the other chromatid there will be Y positive W, and on the extreme left chromatid of the left hand side chromosome is having a parental combination YW, and on the extreme right of the other X chromosome Y positive W positive, again parental type of gene combination. Okay, so the possible result we will get afterwards, because from the male side there will be Y and W only, and the possible combinations we will get as a result are parental types and recombinant. Okay, these are the recombinant ones and these are the parental types. Now coming to next page. Now why I have shown this thing, because as we all know, we have already studied this cross. Okay, so this has been proven that the parental combination, the parental outcomes as a result of this particular cross is 98.7%. The parental combination means the combination that include the parental combinations that include these things, these parental types. Okay, these will be 98.7% in this cross. It has been proven. And the number of recombinants, the number of recombinant progenies in this cross are 1.3%. Okay, so what does we conclude? That the recombination frequency in this cross is very, very less. It is only 1.3%. Means these two genes, they are present very close to each other. It is only 1%, equivalent to 1% recombination frequency. It means these two genes, they are present very, very close to each other, that they will inherit together. The genes for body color and eye color will inherit together. Okay, their chances of forming crossovers are very, very less. So recombination frequency is the direct indication of the number of possible crossovers that can be formed. Means what are the chances of the two genes to form a crossover at the time of meiosis. Okay, their chances of getting recombined or getting separate from each other. Okay, understood. So more will be the recombination frequency, more will be the increased chances of forming the crossover and get separate at the time of meiosis. And the fact I want to discuss here is these you should remember to understand the linkage and even to understand the gene mapping. Recombination frequency less than 50% indicates that the genes are linked. Okay, if the value is less than 50%, so we can say that these two genes they are present on the same chromosome. Now it depends what is the value, what percent of recombination frequency we get. And the maximum value of recombination frequency, the possible value is 50%. If the value is greater than 50%, it means the genes are located on two different chromosomes. It means we consider on one chromosome that it has 50 map units because maximum recombination frequency can be 50%. If I explain it in a simple language, then what can I say? देखो बेटा एक सिंगल एक क्रोमोसोम है, ठीक है, अ सिंगल क्रोमोसोम इज देयर एंड इफ आई एम कंसीडरिंग द टू genes that are responsible for two different characters present on it. Okay, here if we take the example of y and w. So अगर मैं कहती हूँ कि रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी की जो वैल्यू है, जो मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल वैल्यू ही 50% है और वो एक ही क्रोमोसोम के ऊपर प्रेजेंट है, तो इसका मतलब कि हमेशा जो परसेंट रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी है इट शुड बी लेस देन 50% इफ द जीन्स आर लिंक्ड. लिंक्ड जीन्स की बात वही होगी जहाँ पे हम एक क्रोमोसोम को स्टडी कर रहे हैं. कोई भी दो जीन्स या चार जीन या जितनी भी जीन जो एक क्रोमोसोम के ऊपर प्रेजेंट है उनकी आपस में कितना डिस्टेंस है. ओके, तो लिंकेज का एक्सटेंट हम परसेंट रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी से डिसाइड करते हैं कि इनके बीच का डिस्टेंस कितना है. जो जीन्स जितनी ज़्यादा क्लोज लोकेटेड है उतनी ही ज़्यादा वो लिंकेज शो करती हैं और उतने ही रिकॉम्बिनेंट्स बनाने की फ्रीक्वेंसी कम हो जाती है. और जितनी ज़्यादा रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी की वैल्यू होगी, सपोज 37% है, 38% है, तो उतना ही मतलब ये दो जीन्स एक ही क्रोमोसोम के ऊपर प्रेजेंट हैं बिकॉज जो परसेंट रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी है उसकी वैल्यू तो लेस देन 50% है, 37% है. मतलब ये दोनों जीन्स है तो एक ही क्रोमोसोम के ऊपर लोकेटेड है बट इनके बीच का डिस्टेंस ज़्यादा है, तो ये मैक्सिमम मतलब रिकॉम्बिनेशन शो कर सकती हैं ऑल्दो दे आर प्रेजेंट ऑन वन क्रोमोसोम. अंडरस्टूड. Now, the other cross that we have studied, the cross B, as per given in the NCERT book. There we were studying about the eye color and the wing, the type of wing, normal wing or miniature wing. So वहाँ पे हमें रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी कितनी मिलती है? 37.2% और पेरेंटल टाइप वॉज 62.8%. तो इट मीन्स अगर हम दोनों क्रॉसेस को कंपेयर करें और दोनों या तीनों जीन्स की लोकेशन को आपस में कंपेयर करें, देन व्हाट कैन वी कंक्लूड? बिकॉज रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी जब हम W और M को मीन्स हम आई कलर को और टाइप ऑफ विंग को की जीन्स को जब हम कंपेयर करते हैं विद द आई कलर एंड बॉडी कलर जीन्स, तो W एंड M की लोकेशन एक दूसरे से आपस में डिस्टेंस ज़्यादा है. ओके, दे आर लोकेटेड ऑन द सेम क्रोमोसोम क्योंकि फ्रीक्वेंसी लेस देन 50% ही है. रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी मतलब है तो वो एक ही क्रोमोसोम पे हैं बट वो फार अपार्ट हैं in comparison to the genes Y and W. And the distance is 37.2 map units among W and M. That is eye color and type of wing. So that's why I have compared these two things. Because we have to apply this particular knowledge in order to calculate the gene distance, the map distance. This is how gene mapping was carried out. So again, I am repeating, recombination frequency of less than 50% means the genes are present on the same chromosome. Okay, means if it come out as less than 50% means genes are located on the same chromosome. Okay, and the possibility of recombination frequency is there. Okay, so it matters. If recombination frequency is 1% means they are very closely placed, these two genes, and the number of crossover chances will be very less, only 1%. But if the recombination frequency will come out as 37%, so it means in comparison more recombinants can be formed. Okay, because the genes are located on a same chromosome, but there is a distance between the two, like W and M genes you can see in the diagram. Now here I am discussing a numerical based on it to make it more clear. Here I have taken the genes, four different genes, A, B, C and D. Okay, now on a chromosome we will study their location, their loci, gene loci, based upon the recombination frequency data. Here we will consider the distance showing maximum recombination frequency first. So B and C we will consider first. Okay. What does it means 45%? Means they are far apart but they are lying on the same chromosome because it is less than 50% the value. Okay. If the value come out greater than 50% means obviously it is प्रेजेंट ऑन द सेपरेट क्रोमोसोम बी एंड सी. अगर बी एंड सी की वैल्यू सपोज 52-53% लिखी हो जो पॉसिबल नहीं है रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी में, तो इसका मतलब तो जीन्स इंडिपेंडेंटली असॉर्ट है, वो ऑलरेडी ही दोनों सेपरेट क्रोमोसोम के ऊपर प्रेजेंट है. ठीक है, सो हेयर बी एंड सी का जो रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी है वो 45% गिवन है. इसका मतलब कि उनके बीच का जो डिस्टेंस है 45 सेंटीमॉर्गन है. देन आई विल ड्रॉ फर्स्ट बी एंड सी, इंडिकेट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बी एंड सी ऑन द क्रोमोसोम. उसके बाद मुझे पता चल गया कि दोनों का डिस्टेंस 45 सेंटीमॉर्गन है. देन आई विल टेक द सेकंड हाईएस्ट, देन दैट इज 40%, बी एंड डी 40%. So it will come out as 40 centimorgan. So I can easily place it near the C. जो D है मैं उसको easily C के नियर प्लेस कर सकती हूँ क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि B और C का जो डिस्टेंस है 45 सेंटीमॉर्गन है. और क्योंकि B और D का 40 सेंटीमॉर्गन है तो इसका मतलब कि D की लोकेशन कहीं ना कहीं इन द मिडल है और वो C के काफ़ी नियर बाय है. देन आई विल कंसीडर द, देन फ्रॉम द अदर टू कॉम्बिनेशन आई कैन कंसीडर एनी. ठीक है, सपोज मैं A और B का ले रही हूँ, दैट इज 20%. तो इसका मतलब कि A और B का जो डिस्टेंस है वो 20 सेंटीमॉर्गन है आपस में. ठीक है, तो 20 सेंटीमॉर्गन मीन्स कि A जो है वो कहीं मिडल में लाई कर रहा है. ठीक है, बिटवीन B एंड D. सो आई कैन इंडिकेट A इन बिटवीन B एंड D. और क्योंकि A और D का भी आपस में डिस्टेंस 20 सेंटीमॉर्गन है, 20% है. ठीक है, रिकॉम्बिनेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी, तो यहाँ पे मैं 20 सेंटीमॉर्गन. नाउ इजीली आई कैन लोकेट द सीरीज कि किस सीरीज में ये जीन्स प्रेजेंट हैं क्रोमोसोम के ऊपर BADC बेस्ड ऑन द recombination frequency data given. This is how gene mapping carried out after Morgan, after his student Alfred had studied. So this is how they have sorted out this thing. But nowadays we know the whole genome. Okay, as we have read the whole human genome, whole Drosophila genome, so it is now very easily to locate any gene. Okay, but in the classical time, in the traditional times, this is how gene mapping has been carried out to find out the exact location of the genes with respect to each other. So hope you have understood this topic of recombination frequency and how is it linked, how it is means how it is affecting linkage. Okay, and these two how they are interrelated. Thank you.